I call the member for Strathfield.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Next Tuesday, the 17th of February, is Chinese New Year, or Lunar New Year, and I'm looking forward to celebrating with all different communities across New South Wales. And I note that it is it's not just the Chinese that celebrate the Spring Festival, the Harvest Festival. It's common across communities and societies across Asia. It's Chuseok for the Koreans. It's Pongal for the Tamils. But I think the overriding thing for me is taking part in these celebrations is that we get to celebrate not just with Australians of Asian background, we get to celebrate with Australians of all different backgrounds. And that just makes me really proud to be Australian. It makes me really proud of my heritage. In the past, we generally celebrated with my family. And it brings back a lot of memories. There are always the things that you would do at Chinese New Year. You'd eat the jiaozi, the dumplings. You'd hand out red packets, the lucky money to, generally people who are younger than you. If you were younger, you'd get the red packets from your parents and from your grandparents. You're generally rolling nude in cash. After that time, children loved it. There'd be lion dances. But the overriding thing about it is it was a time of family togetherness. Families would come together. The closest thing is probably the Western concept of Christmas. Families, if they were separated, would come from all different parts of the country or even across the world to be reunited for Lunar New Year. And interestingly, this has a word. In the People's Republic of China, they call it the Chunyuan, that the spring travel or the spring transport, where China has, for the period of Chinese New Year, 9.5 billion passenger journeys is what China, what their infrastructure and their transport system deals with during this period. Mr. Speaker, this coming year is the year of the horse. We are leaving the year of the snake and we're embracing the year of the horse. And there are certain things that you shouldn't do, Mr. Speaker, in the lead up during Chinese New Year. You shouldn't cut your hair. This is a superstition. So for about a month after Chinese, you shouldn't cut your hair because the Chinese word for hair, fa, it sounds a lot like another word, fa, which means prosperity. So if you cut your hair, you're literally cutting off your future prosperity. So the superstition in my family is you shouldn't cut your hair on Chinese New Year. There's a week beforehand. The hairdressers get very, very busy in the year beforehand. Some people take it a bit further. They say in the week of Chinese New Year or Lunar New Year, you shouldn't even wash your hair. We never did that. Other superstitions, you shouldn't sweep on Chinese on New Year's Day or the day after. And look, like Christmas, it's a time of goodwill. It's a great time to settle any outstanding disputes. But Mr. Speaker, it being the year of the horse, it made me think of that great Australian, the legendary Australian poem, The Man from Snowy River. It starts by, there was movement at the station for the word had gotten round that the colt from Old Regret had got away. And that story tells of the colt, valuable colt, escaped, joined a bunch of wild brumbies, and the young stockman rode an incredible ride and got it back. There is an ancient Chinese story, proverb, called Sai Wang Shi Ma, Yan Zhi Fei Fu, which tells a very, very similar story. There was an old guy called Sai Wang, whose horse ran away and went beyond the frontier. And he thought this was a terrible tragedy, or people said there's a terrible tragedy. But little did he know, a month later, the horse came back with a wild stallion, which is of course very, very valuable. So the thing is, you never know, what looks like bad luck is actually good luck. And look, this is the different stories. One is in the Western tradition about individual, achievement. The other is the Eastern tradition about good fortune and bad fortune are intertwined. And there's no better place, I think, than Australia, where we have this combination of East and West.